Carolina This Week with Tim McGinnis.
Good morning and thanks for joining us. Of course, the conventions are right around the corner. Of course, I'm talking about the Democratic National Convention and the Republican National Convention, which is slated to start tomorrow. We're taping this on a Wednesday and not sure exactly what Isaac is going to be doing as far as Tampa is concerned. However, there have been a lot of security preparations put into the getting ready for Tampa and getting ready for the Republican National Convention. And here's a story that ABC News' Laura Harris has done recently on all those security preparations.
This has been declared an unlawful assembly.
This is exactly what Tampa police hope won't happen at the Republican National Convention. This demonstration by TPD today shows just how crazy things can get.
Well, we've been preparing for a year and a half, as I said, and a great deal of our success is going to be predicated on the relationships we have in law enforcement. Everybody has come together to prepare for this and to ensure that it is a safe and secure event that reflects very positively on the Tampa Bay area.
But Tampa Police Chief Jane Castor says the city is more than ready to serve and protect during the RNC. In front of a packed house of community members and business leaders, Chief Castor and her team, as well as other law enforcement agencies, showcase what they've been working on for more than 18 months, giving insight into the specific procedures they have in place to proactively protect the area in and around the event zone, as well as the plan of action if things get out of control.
We don't anticipate things will get out of hand. Again, it's our sense of urgency, identifying those individuals that are bent on disruption and destruction and getting them out of the crowd immediately.
While law enforcement can't predict exactly what will happen, they do say that the presence of 3,500 to 4,000 officials in the downtown area will really help. They will be prepared for whatever may happen as the world watches Tampa in less than a couple weeks.
Of course, that story done a couple weeks ago, but shows you the kind of preparation that goes into getting ready for a convention like that. Joining me now is somebody who will be at that convention, as long as Isaac doesn't interrupt any of our plans. This is Jim Jerow, who's also the chairman of the Georgetown Republican Party. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Are you excited?
Very excited.
How did you get involved? How did you become a delegate?
Well, I've been involved with the Republican Party in Georgetown County for the past 18 years, and this past spring I ran for the county chairmanship and got elected. And then I was helpful, I think, in identifying the boundary lines for the new 7th District. And as a county chairman, you are on the executive committee for the 7th District. And in the building of that new district and so forth, I ran as a delegate at the district level. My wife ran as a candidate also, and she's an alternate.
Oh, wow.
So the Jerow team, I'm the delegate, she's an alternate, but I know who to listen to. We're going down, leaving Saturday as our first time to attend the convention, but it was through the 7th District process that we got elected.
All right. What are you looking forward to in this convention? This is a convention, I think, that's probably very pivotal to the Romney campaign as far as gaining momentum heading toward November. Do you think that we're going to see a lot of energy and a lot of enthusiasm coming out of this convention? I
think we're already seeing a lot of energy and a lot of enthusiasm going to the convention. I think it'll just increase as the days go by with all of the announced speakers and the support from different walks of our country that are coming in to support Romney and Ryan. It's a pivotal point in our country, at a time in our country. And I think that the platform that Romney and Ryan are putting forth is one that we all agree with. All I want is for them, like I want all of our congressmen to do, is to follow our Constitution, be good stewards for our country.
When you look at some of the events leading up to the convention this week, we had what happened out in Missouri with the congressman who's running for Senate. Do you think that that's taking is that going to hurt the Republicans heading toward the convention? Is it something that you think they're going to have to be dodging?
Well, they'll probably have to dodge it only because others won't allow them not to dodge it. And it's unfortunate it happened, but maybe it was good that it did happen. and he gets all the cards on the table.
Yeah. I want to talk also about Newt Gingrich, who South Carolina was the only state he carried. Kind of a surprise to a lot of people here in South Carolina that he didn't go on to win more states. Thought that he was going to hold up the tradition of being the presidential nominee in the first in the South primary tends to pick. He released his candidates, we learned today, or his delegates. What do you think about Newt Gingrich, and what do you think about about Romney as the candidate after the state didn't pick him?
Well, I didn't vote for Newt Gingrich. He was not my candidate. Romney was my candidate. I'm happy that Gingrich released his delegates today, which I just learned from you. Mm-hmm. I think it was the right thing to do, because coming out of this convention, we must have unity. And that starts throughout the whole process, and I think that's a step forward for him in that process.
What do you want to hear from the people who are going to be speaking? In particular, what do you want to hear from Paul Ryan and Mitt Romney?
Well, we've already heard a lot from the two of them on different positions, but I want to see from them that they are a team, and that they have the same values as I have, and I think our country needs today to pull back together to the country that I grew up in. And I believe that they will solidify that. The speakers that they've identified that will be speaking it's a good cross-section, I think, of our United States of America. And I'm tickled pink that the ones that they have chosen. It shows a lot of diversity. And I think, again, that's important in our time in life.
Governor Chris Christie delivering the keynote. A lot of people wanted to see him up on the ticket, and he backed off of that. Would you like to have seen him run?
I was a Condoleezza Rice supporter.
Okay.
And but whoever the candidate is, I'm 100% behind them. And I think we as Republicans have to get behind our candidates and help win back our country, and have the values that we all would like to see that we don't have today.
Want to ask you, you brought up the 7th District, and I want to ask you about the 7th District congressional race, what you think about the race between Tom Rice and Gloria Bermel-Tanubu. Who are you liking what you're seeing out of Mr. Rice?
I've supported Tom through the process as party chairman with all the Republican candidates running at the time. I did not show support for any one of the candidates, but now that he is the candidate, we're trying to help Tom in any way we can. We're going to have an event on November the 1st in Georgetown at the Winyah Auditorium. Tom will be one of the featured speakers, but we're having all the Republican candidates at that event, free to the public, to see the candidates 5 days before Election Day. Tom, I think, has quality credentials to be our next congressman. He's worked hard at getting himself up to speed for what that requires. He has a great supporter in his wife, Renzi, and I've seen his sons and their spouses, and I think he would represent the 7th District, and especially Horry and Georgetown counties 100%.
Well, Georgetown Republican Party Chairman Jim Jerow and delegate for the Republican Party out of South Carolina, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me, and God bless America.
All right, have a safe trip down to Tampa.
Thank you so much.
All right. Stay with us. We'll be right back with Sally Howard, who is a Democrat who's going to be heading up to the Democratic National Convention in Charlotte in a couple of weeks. We'll be right back.